Yeah, y'all know how we coming, man. Big money, big muscle, man. Just pulled back up to the crib, man. Back day session, man. Got it in 405, 495. Tried that 585. I ain't hit that shit, man, but it's all love. We gonna spin the block next week. Hey, just wanted to come on here and pop my shit to my people. All my people that rock with me, that's tapped in with me, that got love for me, man. This is the message, man. Wherever you is, wherever you at, whoever you is, it don't matter, man. If you're going through some shit in life, life been giving you hell lately, you feel like, man, this shit just keep getting tougher and tougher, man. I take one step forward, get knocked back two. This is the thing. You got to go through that process. You got to go through that struggle. You feel me? There's no way around it, man. I feel like you got to go through some type of struggle in life to really boss up and to really elevate in life, And I'm not talking about you out here, you done made some fucked up, dumb decisions, and now you reaping what you sowed. No, I'm talking about, going through the grind, the struggle, you don't know how you gonna pay your rent. You paycheck to paycheck. You might be in college, bro. You don't have no assistance. Your parents can't help you, it's all on you. It all falls on you. You feel me? And I'm not saying this neither. I'm not saying like you can't learn from somebody else's mistakes, because that's being smart. That's why I try to put out, a lot of the videos like this so people can learn from my mistakes, especially the youngsters, people in high school, college, because I did a lot of dumb shit in my life. I just turned 34 in December, but I look back over the year, I done a lot of dumb shit, man. I done wasted a lot of money. I done wasted time on dumb shit. I wish I can get that time and that money back, but it is what it is. I don't feel like it's a loss. I feel like it's a lesson. But I look back over the years, man, just dumb shit like buying rims for my car, $2,000 down the drain. I wish I could have put that money up and invested that money in some shit, bought some crypto or some stocks with that shit. Shit like tricking off on females, going out to eat. $150 here, taking somebody out to eat, shit like that. Just buying dumb shit, But I don't, like I said, I don't look at it as a loss. I look at it as a lesson. You got to go through shit like that, man, to learn, to really evolve, to elevate. That's why I respect people, that really go through shit in life and they don't have shit handed to them. Rich people, handout, you was born with a silver spoon. A lot of them, we see this shit too. Like, you see a lot of celebrities crashing out, going out sad, doing dumb shit. Man, I feel like some of them people, they haven't really went through nothing in life. They had everything handed to them, so they don't really appreciate shit. When you really go through shit and you get this shit out the mud, you feel me? You really appreciate and you really like value the shit. Everything you work for, You've been on the grind, you've been stacking, saving your money up, man. Shit start to get easier. It's like less of a burden. You don't worry about where your next meal coming from. You like, okay, some shit happened, some shit break down or something. I got money in the bank. You start to appreciate that shit, man. When you just had shit handed to you all your life, man, you've been coddled along, shit been easy all your life. You don't appreciate shit, man. You pissing away shit. You piss away shit, just blowing money on dumb shit, And like I say, that's they money. That's if they want to do with that shit. But I feel like the people that be out here, especially celebrities, they be like going out, crashing out on drugs, high out they mind on pills, cocaine, barbiturates, shit like that, man. Depressed, end up committing suicide, shit like that, man. They don't appreciate this shit, man. This life shit is for real. It's people out here that wish they could be in their shoes, It's like somebody in the world, you might not know them, you might not never meet them, The shit that you taking for granted, the shit, you like, oh man, this shit, man, I wish I didn't have this problem. Somebody out there in the world probably wish they had your problem. There's people in fucking third world countries, man, dirt poor. I'm talking about people over here in the United States, man. You could be living in, like where I came up in, Section 8, the projects, poverty. We know where you got WIC, all that type of shit, low income food stamps, public assistance. It's people in third world country that don't get none of that shit, man. You like a fucking peasant in some of these countries, man. These third world countries, they all the way out there, man. You know, and it's like unless you was born into like a wealthy family, or you know, you like in the cartel or the local drug crime gang or some shit, you gonna be goddamn probably gonna be a peasant, poor, dirt poor, in poverty all your life if you grew up in one of them countries. Over here though, the US, shit, you got goddamn so many opportunities, man. It's so many people every day that come from the bottom and they end up on top, man. It's all in your mindset. It's all in how you hustle, man. You got to work your resources. You got to work the shit around you, you know. It's just like me. I grew up Section 8, low income, poverty, shit like that, man. It was a lot of crime and shit where I grew up. I could have easily went the wrong way, you know, coming up in the environment I came up in, man. But I kept focused, and I really worked the resources around me. I had people that was in my corner, you know, they saw I was dedicated, you know, to football, school, lifting weights, working out, shit like that. And they did everything they could in their power to really push me and really to boost me up. That's why you gotta have people in your corner like that, man, that's riding for you. You know, if they ain't riding for you, if they ain't got your best interest at heart and shit, man, they don't need to be around. You know? I don't need nobody around me like that, man. I only want, for real, I only want like-minded people around me. You know, if you ain't on no working out, getting money, trying to improve your life type of shit, I ain't even trying to fuck with you. That's just my motto. That's my mentality these days, man. Like, my circle's small. You know, even the people that's in my circle, I don't even see them like that and shit. It's just because I be on the move so much, I be so busy and shit. But yeah, you gotta go through some shit. You know, you gotta really see the other side of life to really go to the other end of the spectrum, you know, and to really appreciate shit out here in life, man, you know. That's why I don't take shit for granted. I don't take none of this shit for granted. All the blessings, you know, that God done rained down on me, man. You know, I've been fortunate, you know, to really improve my life. You know, I really take advantage of the shit. Every opportunity that came my way, I take advantage of that shit, and I try to work that shit to the best of my abilities and shit. And I don't take nothing for granted, man. I appreciate every little thing these days, man. Every little thing. I don't take shit for granted, because you just don't know when your last day on this earth may be. You know, it'd be the littlest shit, man. You know, the littlest shit. Like I know I can go out to a restaurant and I ain't got to worry about, oh, if I got enough money on my debit card to pay for this shit, I could order whatever I want on the menu. Little shit like that, man, you know? Or like I said, if some shit broke down, you know, I had a motherfucking major home expense or repair, I know I got money put up because I've been grinding, I've been taking care of my business and shit like that, man. That's the type of shit I appreciate, man. I don't take that shit for granted, because I know for every one of me that might be in that situation, it's a million other motherfuckers that's not in that situation, man. If some shit happened, you know, they got sick or had to miss work, that might cripple the next man. You know, they might not even have no insurance. Shit like that, man. So you gotta constantly be working on you, improving your craft and shit. Constantly trying to get better. Work on everything, man. Your health, your fitness, your money, your finances, all that shit, man, come together. Work on you. The inside of you is just as important as all that. Work on your social skills, how you communicate and how you are around people, talking to people, man. All that shit comes into play, man. Makes you well-rounded. You know, people gonna start to gravitate towards you, man. You know, for a while, you know, it was like hard for me to really express like my emotions and how I was feeling, like when I was dealing with women, you know, dating females, when I was in like relationships and shit. I had to really work on, you know, expressing how I was feeling, man, because I like to keep a lot of shit in. And, you know, I feel like a lot of men do that shit too. Like, they like to keep that shit in, just thug it out, grind it out, man, be tough. But I'm here to say, like, this shit is okay. It's okay, you know, to express yourself. You know, you got a lady friend, wife, girlfriend, whatever. It's okay to let that shit out, man. You know, ain't no shame in my game these days. I'm the type now, shit. I could be on the couch, man, watching a romance or sad movie or some emotions get stirred up in me. I was crying during that shit. Ain't shit wrong with crying if you a man. You know, it's looked down upon in certain cultures if you a man and you cry, man. That shit played out to me. Yeah, that shit for the suck. That shit for the birds, man. Fuck that. But yeah, you gotta go through that shit, man. Whatever you going through, you know, hardship, struggle, you living check to check, shit getting real out here. You like, fuck, man, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Where the fuck I'm gonna do, get this money from? You like, you know, I ain't got enough money after I pay all the bills every month. Ain't even shit left over. I'm in the negative. What the fuck am I gonna do? You know, you gotta just keep marching though. If you don't do anything, just keep going. Keep going through them storms. Because I know one thing for certain, man, it's always sunshine after the storms. So you got to keep walking, man. It was times like that, man, where I was in plenty of situations in my life coming up. I ain't know what the fuck I was gonna do. I'm like, fuck I'm gonna do, man. I remember one time, one of my girlfriends and shit, when I was in college, I had moved off campus and shit, and I was living with her. And shit, I had got into it with her pops and shit. And he was basically like, nah, you gotta go, you know? He like, nah, you can't stay here no more. He wasn't living with her, but he like had a lot of authority over her life and shit. And he was like, nah, you gotta go. And shit, we got into it over some beef or some dumb shit. So I was like, fuck, what the fuck I'm gonna do, man? I had to go scramble and find me somewhere to stay. You know, I had already moved off campus. So my room was gone. My dorm was gone for that semester and shit. So I got to get in scramble mode and shit. I had a little part-time job and shit. And shit, she helped me out. We stayed together for a little while after that. And I found a little apartment. And shit, it wasn't the best of the situation. It was that apartment back then. I was living in West Virginia back in 2010. That shit was only like, the rent was like fucking $385 a month. So that tell you what kind of situation I was living in, man. That shit looked like an old abandoned building. The old abandoned building on Home Alone 2. When Kevin go to New York, and he go to visit his uncle, and that shit look like a big ass old abandoned. That's how that apartment was I stayed in, man. Look, shit was old as shit, old as dirt, man. You know, I was like, man, fuck it, man. I signed a 6 months lease. You know, I stayed there to the end, and shit, I ended up getting a better job, and shit, I was about finishing up with college, so I ended up getting a job in my field and shit. So I was able, my finances improved and shit. So I had a little more bread coming in. So I was able to get like into a better apartment and shit. And I just kept elevating, man. Like that little shit right there wasn't nothing, man. Looking back on it, I could laugh at that shit. You feel me? That's why I say you got to go through some shit, man. You got to really see some shit to really appreciate life. And, you know, to get that mentality where you don't take shit for granted. You feel me, man? It's the only way. You know, so whatever you going through, whatever struggles, whatever hardship, you know, fucking whatever life throwing at you, man, life throwing you limits, man, you just got to fucking keep going and boss up on that shit, and you gonna be all right, man. Y'all like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel at The Ghetto Bodybuilder. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram at The Ghetto Bodybuilder. I got merchandise for sale. Shop with me, man. www.theghettobodybuilder.com. This is one of my shirts right here, man. Stop hating. That's one of the big things these days, man. There's a lot of haters out here in this world, man. A lot of motherfuckers hate on you, man. And they don't, I feel like a lot of motherfuckers don't realize you got the same 24 hours as somebody else. So why the fuck you need to hate on somebody else? You know, and this is the other thing too. God blesses us all differently. You know, what somebody else may be good at that you're not good at, you may be good at something that they're not good at. You know, instead of hating on that motherfucker, won't y'all work together and find a way to bring y'all's resources and what y'all both good at together and build some shit up, man. But motherfuckers don't think like that. Motherfuckers are rather sit back and hate on the next nigga, man. It just is what it is, man. You know, you always gonna have haters, man. Like they say, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't really popping. You know, they gonna hate you to the day you die, man. And the shit, they might fucking, when the day you die, they may show up to your funeral just to make sure it's true, man. But it's all love. God blesses us all differently, man. God see everything. As long as you doing what you supposed to do out here, staying focused, he gonna make sure you win, baby. Y'all know how we coming. Let's get motivated.